This is the Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek. Brought to you by Gate City Bank for a better way of life. And Pepsi.
Good evening, Bison Nation, and welcome on in to another edition of the Bison Football Show, along with the head ball coach, Tim Polasek. I'm Sam Neidermann. Great to have you with us. The Bison coming off of a victory in Normal, Illinois, 33-16, the final. Coach, great to see you. Congratulations on the win. Always good to go on the road and come back home with a dub. Yeah,
it was really an unbelievable environment, great environment. I thought, it was a lot of fun. And that's the best way I could describe it, meaning, it was the first time we had to kind of bounce back from being down in the game. I thought Illinois State had a really good game plan. They had 2 weeks to prepare for us, and some of that stuff really showed up offensively for them. They had some good answers for our things, and then the resolve that we showed in the second half was just awesome, and the kids went and did it, with the information we gave at half. But, man, it was a joy to watch our guys put together a great second half and pull away.
Yeah, great ball game, a great fight from the Bison, and some resolve as they find a way on the road. Let's take a look back at how it all went down. Hancock Stadium under the lights. We were waiting all day for Saturday night primetime football in the Valley between the Bison and the Redbirds. We picked things up Illinois State opening series. This is after a Keenan Wilson sack, Coach. 3rd down and 16 to get the stop.
Yeah, it was important there that we tracked him and we made him pull up the scramble and stay connected in the route running too.
And then after that, Hayden Futch, good special teams play for the Redbirds. The punt down at the 1-yard line. Right after that, Coach Ty Niekamp in the backfield for the safety.
Yeah, this is a little bit disappointing. We got to obviously do a little better job as coaches. We always take responsibility for something like this, but we have to have our eyes up on that double team and snap off on penetration.
So a 2-0 start for Illinois State, but Code Green with a big answer on the back end. Kelton McCaslin forced fumble. Nathaniel Staling with the recovery.
Yeah, one of the keys to victory was playing complementary football and having each other's backs, right? And there ain't a better example of it in this game than that right there. Getting a turnover.
You had said Kelton was going to have a big one coming up. That one was huge.
I felt like he was going to make a big play, and he did.
92 for the Bison back in his home state of Illinois. So that would set up Big O. 3rd down and 8. Cole Payton able to connect on the outside. He finds Jackson Williams for the 1st down.
Yeah, Jackson had a great game, and this was really good because it was number 3 in his progression. And then you can see Cole just taking off and using his feet the next opportunity he got.
19-yard scramble for Cole Payton up the middle. Take another look as the Bison offense began to find some rhythm. Down 2-0 early, but not for much longer. Here it is, Coach, at the 13-yard line. Cole drops back, and here he goes again. Jump man into the end zone.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit more used to it, a little bit more comfortable. He has a good feel for game and film study of who's going to try to go low on him. And Cole's doing what Cole can do and do really well, and he's making a lot of plays for us right now, and so we're supportive of him.
A 13-yard rushing touchdown, his 3rd of the year. 7-2 Bison. Late first quarter, Tommy Rittenhouse, the Redbird quarterback, with a scramble.
Well, he's a good athlete. I think he was much healthier than he was last year, and it was really important that we got that big hit on him, too.
And he would find Dan Sobkowitz for a 1st down as they drive inside the goal line on 1st and goal. Wanker's right, 6-yard touchdown.
Yeah, we talked about this as a defense today. That was a little bit too easy, obviously. We want to make them have to earn the rushes down there, but really good drive by Illinois State answering the bell. They got a good football team.
They grab the lead, 9-7. Bison working under 6 to play in the second quarter. Bryce dancing his way out of bounds. 1st down, NDSU looking to drive and get more points. And then from the 42-yard line, Barika Kpeenu introduces himself to the night. This is a Bison running back, Coach.
Well, it's interesting. Sam had talked to him a little bit. Me and Barika just had a really good conversation, just kind of one-on-one what I thought he could do better. And I just said, you got to make a play. Where you're making some things happen and you're supporting the O-line, not the other way around all the time. I thought Barika had his best game by far.
42 yards for the score, and then the Bison go for 2 to make it a 6-point game. Cole getting in.
Well, that was an interesting deal last night. Was we were having to talk about 2-point plays throughout because of the 2-point play they had. And so for us to execute 2 of them was awesome.
And then this was huge, Coach. 3rd down and 10. Eddie Casper near the line to gain. They reviewed it. They spotted him shy. 4th down and inches. Take us through the big stop.
Well, it's right here coming up. I mean, this is kind of one of those momentum things going into halftime. Illinois State could have set themselves up, really well. Okay, instead, we got a chance to get the ball back in Kelton and Castleton at the point of attack here. I mean, really good job. And we were aggressive as a football team, and I thought that sent a good message to the defense when we took a timeout with 1:45.
Yeah, pressure got home, and the Bison take the lead into halftime, 15-9 in favor of NDSU. As we check our halftime stats, brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company. Coach, look at the discrepancy in possession. You also mentioned discrepancy 42-19 in plays at the half, but had the lead. Yeah,
that's the one stat that's not up there. Just offensively, we couldn't cultivate any opportunities. We failed a little bit in one of our keys to victory in the first half of disrupting timing and rhythm of Illinois State. We really thought first down and second down was going to dictate the terms of the fight, what kind of fight it was going to be. The team that made the other team one-dimensional the fastest was going to have the most success. What's really interesting, everybody should keep an eye on those stats, because in the second half, it just flipped. Almost identical, just flips, and we get into football here in the second half pretty quick, so it was good.
Yeah, and pretty cool when you zoom in even closer to the fourth quarter as well.
Yeah.
A big quarter for the Bison. We're going to take a look at all of that coming up next here on the Bison Football Show with Coach P. Second half highlights from Normal after this.
What does it mean to be a mutual bank? It means we don't have shareholders, and we focus on serving our customers and communities. As the region's only mutual bank, we offer flexible financing and fast local credit decisions for your business. Provide you peace of mind on closing day for your new home. And loan options to help you move forward when life hits you with the unexpected. Being a mutual bank isn't just how we're set up, it's how we show up. Every customer, every community, every day. Mutual makes the difference.
Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
These days, reliability means everything. And at Shields, we're always by your side. For your biggest adventures and your everyday victories. With Shields Visa and Shields Visa Rewards, we're here to celebrate every milestone and help you do more of what you love, so you never go alone. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle, more of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Orthopedic pain is limiting. It's unpredictable. And when it disrupts the way you move, it disrupts the way you live. Life is better when you feel empowered to move the way you want, when you want. And that's where our experts come in. We're your guides to orthopedic and sports medicine treatment options that can manage your pain, rehab your injuries, and restore your confidence. Take back the freedom to move. Explore your orthopedic options at Sanford Health.
Since Nodak Insurance Company started, we've gone from paying by mail to paying online. Your proof of insurance in the glove box has changed to a quick tap to our online app. And as new technologies make farming more efficient, our coverage ensures you're always protected. The way we live and work has changed, but our values, service, and commitment have remained the same. Nodak is constantly evolving to meet your insurance needs and deliver answers where and when you need them most. Nodak Insurance Company. Agents with answers.
Welcome back on in. It is the Bison Football Show. Sam Neidermann, Bison head coach Tim Polasek here with you. About to get started with our second half highlights. Coach, let's take a look back. The tide turned, and it started here in the third quarter. Cole Payton getting loose. Bison would get the ball to start the second half. First play in the second half, and Cole uses his legs.
Yeah, it's interesting. He had Chris on the scramble, but uses Chris as a blocker, and the play ends up being +5 compared to throwing it.
13-yard first down, and then later in the drive, Rashawn Nelson, full extension, 32-yarder.
I just really like the demeanor Dan came out with, is that we're going to be on the attack. We're just fine. We're going to continue to play. And I thought that sent a really good message to the team.
And then it ends up being points for NDSU. Eli Ozick connects 38-yard field goal good. That would make it a 2-score lead, 18-9, a 9-point edge for the Bison. Midway through the third quarter, Illinois State, they had a response. Coach, here's Victor Dawson, transfer running back from Cincinnati with the first down. They would move into Bison territory, and Daniel Sobkowitz had a good night for them at receiver.
He has had a good career. That's a good football player right there. And their running backs ran hard, and they run true to who they are as far as being downhill runners. And we got to be ready to tackle those kind of guys a little bit better.
And there's Sobkowitz with the touchdown, 3-yard catch from Tommy Rittenhouse to make it 18-16. That would bring us to our Midwest Dairy drive of the game. Dairy is your game day MVP. It's high-quality protein, helps build muscle while powering our team through practice, game day, and beyond for better performance and everyday health. Dairy helps us all bring our best game. Good kick return by Jackson, coach, and then Barika gets things going on the ground. Take us through this 3rd down and 4. Chris Harris able to get the catch.
Yeah, I thought the drive before Cole got sped up a little bit. Just footwork, rhythm, and timing wasn't quite there with all the blitz, and he got back to being process-oriented and just started with making the makeables, and he took the cheese.
4's up in normal, and then Barika getting downhill once again for another first down. Under 14 to play. Cole drops back, able to find Carson Williams on the perimeter. He breaks a tackle and gets inside the 25-yard line. Ball at the 23, and here's the beautiful throw down the sideline. Cole to Bryce for the 6.
Yeah, Bryce is going to have to learn how to get 2 feet in soon, but that's a heck of a catch. Really good check. That was an adjustment, not a big audible or anything like that, but just an adjustment to the route that we had, and those two being on the same page. You know, we got to get Bryce and Raja targeted more, and I thought they capitalized on the opportunities, but what a great throw and what a great catch.
25-16 Bison, 9-point lead again. And then later in this fourth quarter, it was Code Green trying to impose its will. Tommy Rittenhouse throwing on 3rd and 9. Incomplete. Bison turn them away on 3rd down. NDSU takes over. Own 29-yard line. This was a huge play. Cole with the check. Action Jackson, 51 yards for the scamper.
Yeah, he's pretty fun to watch when he's got the ball in his hands, and he's only getting better and better as a receiver. But what a great audible there by Cole. You know, he recognized the pitcher from early in the game. He recognized film study from the week, preparation, and he got into the check that he wanted. I thought this was pretty cool. Little pump fake for 10 yards. And, you know, he's fighting out there, and he's competing hard for us. And then we run the wide zone play again, and DJ did a really nice job, like Barika had mentioned, you know, stretch and puncture. I thought Coach O'Jury, you know, had a great week of coaching. They really did a good job with blitz pickup, and then they made the outside zone play better this week.
Yeah, DJ getting in for the touchdown, representing the Machines, and then another 2-pointer. Cole takes it in, 33-16, 17-point, 3-possession game. Code Green protecting that lead well. Ball batted down at the line. Ryan Jones bringing some heat, and then he would get his hands on the ball as well, Coach.
Yeah, it's good to see we, you know, pick the ball off in the air. You know, obviously the rush forces Rittenhouse out of the pocket and all those things, but we talked about this. Ryan should probably go down, you know, on 4th down there and all that, but it's fun. You know, we were +2, bringing us to +6 on the year, I believe now, in the turnover margin. And last year, that was such a critical number for us as far as leading the country in turnover margin.
No doubt about it. First career interception for Ryan Jones, and the Bison win it 33-16 in normal. NDSU now 5-0 on the campaign, 2-0 in Valley play. Final stats brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company. We talked about the script being flipped, and it certainly was the second half.
Yeah, it was the most intentional we've been in halftime, you know, with our process and our adjustments or tips and reminders and keys to victory. And it's one thing as a coach to go through those things, but to have the players go out there and take it and execute it and make it become a real living, breathing thing was awesome. And then it was kind of interesting during the game, you know, when we put 4 fingers up representing all the past players and all those things, I just thought, okay, our toughness and our togetherness, our pride and our conditioning are going to matter here. And we just separated after that defense got that last final 3 and out. So it was really good complementary football. And then the other thing you saw there in the second half is we really got into the meat and potatoes of the run plan. some pin and pulls, running the wide zone play, and then obviously, getting the ball to our playmakers was critical.
No doubt about it. One of those playmakers, Barika Kpeenu, he's our Nodak Insurance Company Player of the Game after the game with his thoughts.
Thoughts on the game today, closing out with a good win?
It was a hard-fought win from both sides, offense and defense, and it was one of those games where we needed both sides to win the ball, and I think we did an awesome job with that today.
42-yarder. What did you see on that play, and how much did that shift things in the first half?
I think Coach Ojuri always tells us to be a spark plug. When things are not going right, make sure that we can be the guys who start a plug or start a spark. So that's what I wanted to do, just make a play, and shout out to offensive linemen saying it all year. They're doing a great job, opening up holes and stuff like that. And like I said, my job is really easy.
Go ahead. The outside zone stuff in the second half was freeing you up a little bit. You're getting some space there. Just talk about your second half a little bit. It was pretty productive, pretty good.
So yeah, we've been running these type of plays all week, and they've been telling us stretch to puncture, and that's exactly what I did. I just did exactly what the coaching staff been telling us all week, and it was an awesome job. Like I said, offensive line, great push, and I'm just doing my job.
There you go, Barika Kpeenu, our Nodak Insurance Company Player of the Game. Coach, 114 yards on the ground for BK and the big touchdown that we saw.
Well, yeah, and those are the things that people are going to want to talk about. Obviously, the 42-yard run, his best run of the year. But as you study it and you grade it, there's several 5- and 6-yard runs in there that were his best of the season. He's really indecisive right now. He's making quick, fast decisions, and he's getting behind his pads, and he's running hard. And then the other thing you appreciate about, a guy like Barika is now he's a leader in our program. He's mentioning how good of a job the O-line's doing. Well, he's trying to inspire them to do, great things and to go achieve things on their own. And you see that when our guys talk in front of the media, it's something to be proud of. They're always mentioning their teammates. They're always giving respect to the opponents. And it's a lot of fun to see Barika get his opportunities. Yeah, it's been awesome. 8 scores for Barika this year, the hometown kid on a poster so far for NDSU. All right, let's take a look at our Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota carry of the game. Stay and play ahead with your health when you carry blue. Find out how at bcbsnd.com. We're going back to Barika's 42-yarder. Coach, what stood out here? Well, number one, Mackay had to make a decision on blocking the most dangerous player. And quite frankly, it wouldn't have really mattered who it was. Barika wins his one-on-one matchup to get this play to be a 10, 12-yard, 15-yard play. And then what's really special about this, we've seen this in our past, right there. Okay, breaking a tackle, and now you get into the end zone and you get to celebrate with your teammates was really, really cool. Yeah, everybody blocking downfield on that one. Bryce also taking his man out of the picture. Yeah, there's, those big long runs are never a product of just one guy. I mean, it usually takes about 10 or 9 guys doing their job at a pretty extraordinary level. And our effort level that we're getting out of our receivers and downfield blocking and trying to create explosive plays for others is really at a pretty high level right now. Yeah, it's been fun to see so far this season for sure. All right. We've got the game in the books. We've got much more to come here on the Bison Football Show. When we return, it's time for our Olaf Anderson feature, talking with one of the new Bison defensive linemen.
A better way of life is better days off and better nights in. Better hellos and better goodbyes. With locally approved, financed, and serviced home loans, Gate City Bank makes buying a home simple. Welcome home. Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare, with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
These days, reliability means everything. And at Shields, we're always by your side. For your biggest adventures and your everyday victories. With Shields Visa and Shields Visa Rewards, we're here to celebrate every milestone. and help you do more of what you love, so you never go alone. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Ding dong.
Mountain dude?
The mountain is calling.
Give me a mountain, lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a view. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that cool, refreshing mountain dew. Yeah, give me the sunshine, give me a view.
Welcome back on into the Bison Football Show. Sam Neidermann, Bison head coach Tim Polasek. It's time for this week's Olaf Anderson feature, chatting with new Bison redshirt freshman defensive lineman Zach Vanderpool.
Going against those guys like Gray and Mason Miller every day, you know, kind of shapes you as a player too, and mentally it's hard every day. You're going against the best of the best, but at the end of the day, it really shapes you into a better player.
You mentioned it's more of a mental challenge than anything. How difficult is that when it's late October, November, knowing another day of this and I'm not going to play on Saturday?
Yeah, you just got to keep pushing. I mean, it's definitely not easy, but you just got to dig down, find your why, find your purpose, and keep going.
Does that make what happened this past Saturday even more gratifying after what you went through last year?
Yeah, definitely. It just makes it all worth it, and just doing my part for the team, doing what I can.
Knowing, Cody left during the spring, obviously the Mostarts graduated. What was your mindset heading into fall camp, saying, all right, there may be an opportunity for me to get out here and play?
I was really excited for the opportunity, just knowing that there's a spot for me and knowing that I can make an impact right away in the season, just seizing the opportunity.
Describe your football program. You guys seem like you're always good. Just why is football such a popular and so good at Byron?
I think it stems from my head coach, Ben Halder. He's always enforcing great football players, but outside of that, even better people. Like, we always had like a character development thing there, and kind of helped me, like, shape me into who I am today too. So just focusing more on character as well as football.
All right, there you go, Coach Zach Vanderpool, second year of the program and starting to make an impact here for the Bison.
Yeah, when I hear his name, when I think about his short career here at NDSU, it always comes back to, I remember that he established himself as a tough guy last year, going against Gray and Mason and Ponch, and all those guys were older guys, and we didn't have a lot of scout D linemen, and he very rarely came off the field. So, okay, let's get him to the weight room. Let's make sure he understands nutrition. Can he get in the 270 range, and he can maybe carve out a role here. And the next thing you know, the kid's put on 30 pounds. He's really committed to the program. He's committed to being the best he can be as an individual. And he comes from a really good high school program. And so when those things all come together, a young man has a chance to play as a redshirt freshman. I think he's just scratching the surface of what he can be.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to see him. That size and length on the interior as he keeps on developing.
Yeah, exactly. If you said overall, what are you looking for? Typically, want guys that have played some DN, that are in the 6'3 plus range, 6'4 range, that are 240 pounds, and see if they can't get to 285, 290 and work backwards a little bit. And so he kind of fits that mold perfectly. But again, I'll mention this, his high school program, the head football coach there, some of the character building things he was talking about, that's what we're looking for, is guys that want to get better and want to be the best person they can be, and then want to be coached each and every day to be a part of a team.
Yeah, great to have Zach part of the Bison family. His sister Seisha as well, part of the Bison women's basketball team last season. All right, we're going to take our last break here on the Bison Football Show. When we come back, we're previewing this weekend's matchup in the Dome, NDSU against Southern Illinois.
What does it mean to be a mutual bank? It means we don't have shareholders, and we focus on serving our customers and communities. As the region's only mutual bank, we're here to help. Whether you're growing a business, financing the unexpected, or buying your new home. Every customer, every community, every day. Mutual makes the difference.
Gate City Bank, for a better way of life.
When you carry blue, you get a devoted team backing you up, focused on you and your well-being, making it easier and affordable for you to make health a priority. When you carry blue, you get a health plan that anticipates your challenges, that's helping shape the future of healthcare. With with more helpful tools and resources so you can get the most out of your benefits and focus more on living your best life. Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Dakota. Carry blue. Carry on.
These days, reliability means everything. And at Shields, we're always by your side. For your biggest adventures and your everyday victories. With Shields Visa and Shields Visa Rewards, we're here to celebrate every milestone and help you do more of what you love, so you never go alone. Shields Visa. Together, we've got this.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Hey, grab me one too.
Game number 6 and number 3 in Missouri Valley Football Conference play for the Bison this Saturday inside the Fargo Dome, 2:30 p.m. kickoff. It's NDSU taking on the Southern Illinois Salukis, another ranked opponent in Valley play. Coach, should be a dandy of a matchup, and it's going to be great to be back inside the Dome.
Yeah, it's exciting to be playing another really good opponent at home after playing well our last trip to the Dome. And so I hope everybody comes out and supports it. I hope it's energetic and exciting. Southern Illinois, their head coach is back in the chair of offensive coordinator, and they have an NDSU guy that, learned his foundation of defense calling their plays now. So, they've really reined it in defensively. They're a fun defensive team to watch that's playing really well structurally. And then offensively, they have a heck of a quarterback, a 6'3", 235-pound kid that's a good athlete who's playing well.
Should be a huge battle inside the Dome Saturday afternoon. Cannot wait. Coach, always appreciate the time. Thanks so much, and we'll see you out there this weekend.
Yes, sir. Go Bison.
Go Bison. For Coach Tim Polasek, I'm Sam Neidermann, the rest of our WDAY crew. We will see you in the Fargo Dome on Saturday. Until then, go Bison.
Today's Bison Football Show with Coach Tim Polasek has been presented by Gate City Bank, for a better way of life, and Pepsi.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.